ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Chop House with your boy J Mac Main.
Your girl Steph.
Jess, how are you?
And Kimmy.
All right. Yes, I am riding solo today for the fellas, but I got y'all. I'm gonna hold y'all down. Don't worry about it. Y'all in good hands today. Try. I'm in the tough. All right. So, how was your ladies' weekend? All-Star weekend. Turn up.
Turn up.
I hope not.
Not I.
I hope she did more turning down than up.
All the way down.
Guys,
So
all right.
What about you? Did you turn up?
Yeah, nah. I worked, and I think Saturday I just hung out a little bit, but definitely wasn't. I wouldn't consider it a turn up. So yeah. So other than that, how's your ladies' weekend? What did you guys do over the weekend?
I stayed home all day.
Oh.
No. Yesterday I went to have lunch with my friend. We had all you can eat sushi.
Oh, nice.
That sounds good. I worked. I did some working. Went to the gym and that's it.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
A turn up. I don't do too much turning up these days.
I know Kimmy was turning up. Kimmy always turning up.
I'm just home doing my granny stuff. My granny stuff.
Oh,
Lord.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right. So, before we get into the good stuff of the show, I want to take this time to definitely apologize to Jess from last week. Last week, if you guys didn't see it, here's a clip of what happened last week. No, I don't have a clip. I'm joking. But yeah. So for those of you that did see it, it's definitely not something that we do or how we roll here on the show. So it was definitely a one-off, and I can pretty much guarantee it will never happen again.
Thank you, Jermaine.
Yeah, no problem.
Real stand-up guy.
Yeah, because I definitely didn't like that at all. So it was definitely not cool.
Yeah, me either.
All right.
But thank you.
No problem. Yeah, I gotta protect my ladies,
Definitely.
All right. So let's jump right into it. So, ladies, what are some of your relationship boundaries, and what is something there's no turning back from?
Who gonna take this one? I'll go first. I think that disrespect is one thing that is a no. If you can get away from it, abuse is another thing, whether it be physical or verbal. And definitely cheating.
Yeah, cheating.
Yep.
I think she hit that. She did it.
She summed it all up.
Yeah.
So when you say cheating, is it like a one-off cheating, or is it like a consistent cheating?
If you're in a marriage, maybe it's that one.
Yeah.
But if we just dating, go ahead. I'm good.
Oh, so after the first time, it's cut off.
Yeah. For what? We dating.
I mean, you have to weigh out your pros and cons with the person, and I wouldn't suggest thinking, "Oh, we've been together 6 years."
Oh yeah.
No. And I wouldn't be like, "Oh, we have 2 kids together." I guess it's just how you feel towards that person. But if you cheat on me, I won't forgive. I won't forget, and I will eventually leave. It's up for you regardless of how long we've been together or what we've been through. If we invested, I'd rather lose everything than stay in a situation unhappy and having to feel like I have to man watch you, because I'm not man watching nobody.
And even if you forgive, you really never look at that person the same.
The same.
Right. Because then if they move a certain way, you'll be like,
Why you move
what
like
are
that?
you doing?
Yep.
Why he hiding his phone? Why he going outside and talk on his phone?
Every little thing. So it
Yeah.
just harder. Yeah.
Mhm.
He have to crawl on his belly. So,
But even if like he knows he messed up, right?
Mhm.
And him doing all that extra shit, yeah, sometimes it's nice, but it gets you to the point where you're like, okay, you're doing this. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But it's kind of too late, you know?
Definitely.
just doing this because he got caught.
Yeah, you weren't doing it before, so.
Right.
Right.
But also too, a lot of people don't understand what cheating does to the person that you cheated on. You know, it's kind of like it depends who. It doesn't really depend. Yeah, it depends who you cheat with, right? So
Oh.
if let's say if you have like an insecurity about yourself as a woman,
Mhm.
and then they go cheat with someone that they tell you, oh, you shouldn't worry about, right?
Mhm.
Or they cheat on you with someone that, not to compare, but is like can't offer you what I've been offering you. So you just cheated on me with somebody that
A downgrade, basically.
a downgrade, yeah. You want to put it like that. I'm
Like
trying
she
to
don't
be
have a
nice,
car. Like
That's
Yeah.
if it's a downgrader, because some men cheat on women with women that would do more than their women do. So it's it is according, but you know, the first question a lot of women ask is, "What does she look like?"
no, I'm not
Because
asking.
they want to know what this girl look like if she's ugly, and it really doesn't have to do with looks. Men don't normally just cheat because of look, or they don't go out there like, "I'm gonna go cheat on Stephanie today." Sometimes they just happen to just click with somebody, and then shit happens. They're not thinking about the consequence after. They'll
Nope.
deal with
The
that
moment.
when that time comes.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like the first thing I ask is, did you use a condom? Because you ain't trying to get me sick up in this bitch. That's the first question. Not how they look. That should be your first question.
Right.
Right.
But no.
Does she have room for you? That should be the first question.
And pack with your own suitcase, not our suitcase.
Oh,
Matter if I get a garbage bag.
I need those bags. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll bring you some bags.
Matter of fact, you'll meet your bags at the door. Don't even come inside. Don't cry. Don't beg.
No, I don't even want you in here. I got you.
Yeah, so I'll give you a little insight. So many moons ago, long time ago, when I was young and I had my cheating mentality, and it was a small little phase. But there was one phase. Yes, it was small.
Uh-huh.
But I was many moons ago. But my philosophy when I did cheat on my girl, it was she had to look better. Well, not necessarily look better, but for me, my mentality was, if I get caught, am I okay being with this person?
That's a good way to think, I guess, if you want to be a cheater. But
yeah, I mean, and that's how I looked at it at the time. Now, what I think about what I do now, definitely not, because I'm older, definitely way different space than I was then. But that was my whole thing. Like, all right, because my thing is like, all right, you know the consequences of cheating, it could, if your significant other does find out, it could be over. So am I okay being with you at the outside of this whole little fling that we're doing? And if the answer was no, I wasn't doing it. I mean, because it's bad enough my standards are high as it is. So yeah, so they would have to live up to those standards, even if I'm going to even speak. So, but again, I was young, dumb, and early 20s, having fun.
So why were you in a relationship?
Exactly.
See, it's not about
This
me.
is my thing.
No.
You guys,
Okay.
most
Go ahead.
guys
Preach.
get in relationships in their 20s. They don't get over that whole phase. And then, oh, yeah, I could justify this because I was young and dumb. You could have been young and dumb and
And
a hoe
single.
by yourself.
And single.
Okay. So, right, which is true. Now, for me, in my personal situation, so the girl I was with at the time, you know, we were dating and we got into a full relationship and everything was cool, like everything was flowing. I never had the mindset of cheating because, like, you know, I had this couple girls that was constantly flirting with me, but I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm in a relationship, whatever. So I'm the type of person, if I'm dating somebody, I want to show you off. Like, I want to, I want to go out. I'm going to show you, introduce you to my friends. So they're like, oh, that's you, Jay? I see you, pimp. You know what I'm saying? That's me. That's how I am. So with this particular girl, I was taking this off. Any event that I had with my friends, either if I wasn't canceling, because the first couple months that we were together, it was like we shut out everybody. It was just me and her. You know what I'm saying? Our friends, like, hey, you want to come out? Nah, we good. You know what I'm saying? So we just spent all our time together. But then, like, you know what? We do need our friends just in case something happens. So let's just start hanging out. So any event that I have with my friends, I'm bringing her along. I'm, hanging out, doing the thing. Now, on the flip side, when she got with her friends, it's me by myself. She's going by herself. I'm not invited. So I'm like, so why can't I come with you guys? So she'll be like, oh, this is not your kind of crowd. You're not gonna like them. I'm like, how would you know that? You know what I'm saying? Let me go. Let me come. And I'll tell you, like, yeah, that's not my kind of thing. You just go ahead. But don't determine that I'm not gonna like, your friends. It's okay, cool. So we go through that phase and we're chilling. So I was like, all right, so I kind of like overlooked that. Then another instance was when I was going to work, I found out, I mean, she told me, I guess, being upfront, but it was kind of like, all right. So as I'm at work, she's hanging out with her ex-boyfriend. I don't like it. So I'm like, wait a minute. That, you know what I'm saying? So I approached her about it. She's like, oh, it's nothing. We're just cool. And I'm like, yeah, it is something. What do you mean it's nothing? So she constantly kept doing it. So I was like, all right. So I'm like, so you know what? I'm getting the feeling that you're doing what you gotta do. Even if it was innocent, I'm getting that perception that you're doing what you gotta do. So now, again, the right thing for me to have done at the time was to walk away. That's the mature thing I should have done at the time. But me being young, I'm like, all right, well, you're gonna do you. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna start inviting. I'm gonna start listening to these. I'm gonna start taking on all these girls as flirting. I'm gonna start, engaging now because now I feel like you don't care. You're probably doing you, so I'm gonna have fun with me. So that's what I was doing. I wasn't cheating often, but it was a couple times. I was like, yo, whatever.
So. Don't feel bad about if you're cheating. That was when you was young. Everybody goes through a phase in life where they do some dumb wild shit. My child father said I was wild. He's still wild. But everybody just eventually, some people grow out of that mentality.
All right, so we have a comment, and honestly, I've heard this and I kind of agree with it. So Hassan pitched back, thanks for joining the show. Mm-hmm. He said, when a man cheats, it's not emotional. Women cheat emotionally.
Here we go with this emotion.
Everybody is different. Some men cheat
because the wind blows
because they could, and and then some men cheat and get attached to that person who they cheat with.
Yeah.
So it gives and take.
Exactly.
Like, what the hell?
We're not getting it.
On one of my ex, and when he found out, I laughed because he was crying. Well, you could do this to me. I was like, and he's like, you laughing? I was like, no.
Did you over it at that point?
Yeah, I didn't care. But he never cheated.
Because you just said it wasn't emotional, Jermaine. You just said he cheated. So I'm gonna have to say that's Didn't you just say basically she was doing stuff? So he was like, forget it. I'm gonna do what I want to do. So that
Yeah.
was emotional. That was I wanted to cheat. I wanted to do what I
Women
wanted.
will do stuff and feel like it's okay because we will hang with our ex and think like it's nothing. But if you do the same thing, we'll think you're gonna be emotionally attached still to your ex. But we might not be attached to our ex, but we will think you are.
Yeah.
Right. Now, which is true. And like I said, she did say a couple times like, it's nothing between us, but I wasn't secure. I wasn't okay with that.
That's good to admit you weren't secure with that, and that's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing. Why we y'all need to be friends? I feel you.
Right. Now, I'm not even okay with phone conversations. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I can deal. I would have accepted that more. But the fact that you're hanging out with this guy now, yeah, no. And I'm at work, so I have no idea what you.
Yeah.
You're not gonna say, oh, hey, babe, yeah, me and such we just, no.
Yeah,
you don't know what kind of history they had too.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. So you know what I'm saying? Because it kind of could have been one of the issues that they just didn't work out. But anytime they see each other on site, it's like, yo, I've been thinking about you, and again, she wouldn't tell me, so I was just like, yeah, nah, ain't rocking with it. All right.
Getting some shrimp on the side.
Right. All right. So also, so in regards to that, so in love, is years of comfortability the only reason women stay in abusive relationships?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think so, because it depends the kind of abuse that they are experiencing. If it's physical,
It's fear.
it's fear. Like you said, it's fear, and you don't know who else he has threatened if she leaves. You know, it's like, if I leave, who is he gonna hurt? Is he gonna hurt me? If they have kids, is he gonna hurt my kids? Is he gonna hurt my siblings, my parents? If it's emotional abuse, now it's like she's her own enemy. Now it's like, I'm not worthy. No one is gonna love me. I need to stay with him. Also, too, if she's a stay-at-home mom and she's dependent to him. She can't go nowhere. She has no money. Family don't want to take her because they don't want that drama.
Yeah, normally they try to isolate you anyway. I would imagine they try to take you away from your friends, your family. Like, this is all you need. So he put you in a place where you can't go anywhere.
Right.
Like, you're just stuck. Your mind. It's really like a mind. They really like mess with your
that
mind.
Emotional
really, like,
abuse,
mental.
Once they abuse you emotionally, you become your own enemy.
Yeah.
Now you don't need them to even hurt you, because you hurting yourself.
You're thinking, my mom don't want me, and your mom always gonna want you. So
yep.
And two, family just get tired of trying to tell you or show you what you refuse to see.
Yeah.
Arguing and fighting and going back. Arguing and fighting and going back. Eventually, like, leave them in their own toxic misery. I know two people right now just fight and argue every week, and the boy was like, well, we're not toxic because we're not in the street fighting. I was like, that is the dumbest thing somebody could ever say. He went to jail. Well, he got arrested because they fought. I was like, bro,
she bailed him out?
Probably.
She didn't bail him out. He just went for like one night. The mother bailed him out, and then like she didn't show up to court. Had a restraining order and all this stuff, and they're back together again, arguing like cat and dog.
Wow.
Because they've been together so long. It's like the two of them just comfortable with being with each other, or the fact that he just pay the bills, so she just comfortable there too. So it's like, I'm gonna just tolerate you because you paying the bills. No. This is why no man could ever say they buy this, that, and the third for Kimmy. Kimmy buy and Kimmy could walk. And I tell all my friends in Trinidad this: even if you have to go and get a job at KFC, don't look at the job. Look at the fact that you're making your own bread, that no dude could hold this against you. But some women just like the comfortability of being taken care of no matter what.
I don't like it.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. Because I always ask myself, like, because a lot of women, and I'm glad y'all cleared it up, because a lot of women, I'll look at, as far as, they're being abused, physical, verbally, and I'm like, why don't they just walk away? Like, like you like, you're scared to go home, and, and it's like, why can't you just leave? Now, my question would be, like, do you think it's more so like the kind of women, like, is it like stronger women are able to walk away, or is it just doesn't matter?
It does not matter. It could be
They'll break you down.
They break you down. So she can show her friends one side, and then in that house she's a whole nother person. And that is also a battle that she's dealing with. That facade, because why? Like, so this is my thing. I never make anybody's relationship my goals, because I never know what's going on behind closed doors.
Exactly.
So everybody's like, oh, like your relationship goals.
No.
And that also puts pressure on people to stay together, because they have this persona, and people are like, oh, your goals. Also, too, it depends on what type of household you grew up in. So if you grew up, in a household where your father wasn't there and your mom was, it's like, I don't want that for my kids. So, and I don't want to be a failure. So to me, for most women and men, it's like, I'd rather stay and give my kids something that I didn't have, as opposed to leaving, not realizing they're doing damage.
Yeah. And
it's a vicious cycle that we go through, because like, you raise your kids and this is the type of love you're showing them. So when they grow up, these boys are growing up thinking, all right, it's okay to love a woman that way. And young girls is like, it's okay for a man to love me that way.
Yes.
And I think once we break that cycle of feeling like it's okay for divorce or breaking up, that I'm not a failure.
Walk away, yeah.
You could walk away. They always say, oh, it's cheaper to keep her in the marriage, like divorce and stuff like that. The price for my mental health, I'm not saying no shit that is gonna break me down as a woman, and I gotta fake in front of people that I'm happy and I love this man type shit. Or, I know a lot of people that they're together and they're fucking miserable. Behind closed doors, they're miserable. They don't. You know what I'm saying?
That's toxic.
So,
yeah.
And the funny thing is, when they get the strength to walk away, they would regret. They'd be like, damn, if I had done this years ago, you'd be so much happier when you walk away and realize, like, what the hell was wrong with me?
But it also comes with self-love.
Yeah.
That lack of self-love, if somebody's giving you a little bit of that, it's like, oh my God, that's
everything. Yep.
And I feel like a lot of people associate their happiness and their completion of self with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, I'm complete now.
That you complete me. No. You add to me.
I'm complete on my own. You add to that. I'm happy on my own. You add to my happiness. Yeah. Because when you leave, I'm gonna still be happy. I'll probably be happier.
I'll be happier. Exactly. Like, bye.
Woo, bye. So it's just a lot of things that people need to take into consideration when it comes to all these relationship stuff. And like, self-love is one big thing that some people lack. Yeah. And it puts them in situations where, and it's not taught.
A lot of people don't really know true self-love.
Correct.
I feel like, and a lot of women just want to be in relationships too. That bothers me. Like, they just want to be, you're like, why? They'll get out of one. Go back someone. It's like, that's not healthy. Like, don't you just want to be by yourself? Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't do that. They just bounce. Mm-hmm. It's the one. No, it's not. So
he's not.
Never going to be the one, because you don't know yourself.
Number 10, and he's the one.
Yeah. I just want to get married. They have age. Women have ages now. They're like, I got to be married by whoever the next one is. I'm just going to do it. It's like, no, they put age. It's just sad.
Yeah. And it's that pressure of like, oh, you need to have, you need to have a kid by
this. Yeah, because then you go to this age where you're high risk and all that. It's like your parents when they had you, they didn't even have like they didn't know how many weeks it was. They was happy it was a baby coming.
Yeah,
so stop putting so much pressure on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. This world, it's social media too, but
it is.
It puts
it's
a lot of pressure on people.
You have all these you have all these females that go and do surgery and all this other bullshit, and then they're at the gym posting like, "No, boo, tell your doctor first."
Exactly.
So I could go to that doctor. And
yeah, I respect. Yes, I respect the women that actually do that. There's some women that will tell you, "I had this stuff done, but other stuff I maintain myself." Don't go out here and have these people thinking they can go work out and look like that. It's not. It's not gonna happen.
You still gotta work out after you.
Yeah, like.
So don't lie.
I had a boost and then I went and worked out. Like, just woke up with your body like that because you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I think that's my issue too. Like with personal trainers, like if I have a dude get a personal trainer, he has to be my size or look like me because I don't want no big muscular guy to my come on, let's do this. Yeah, it's easy for you, brother, but
you've been doing this years.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like so in my mind, I'm like, okay, I want my muscles to be like y'all. I want to, you know what I'm saying, have a shape like him. But how long is she gonna take? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You didn't wait doing that.
Right. Exactly. So I want to see before that. I want to see where you started because some people are naturally fit, so he could have just bumped up a little bit. You probably ain't look like me, so yes. I need before and after, and I also want to see your journey.
Exactly. So, that's what I say. Take everything on the internet with a grain of salt. Just love yourself.
Yeah.
And start from there.
But you know, I think what outside of me actually seeing like abuse for myself, I think I don't know if you guys remember, but it's going back a little bit. But remember Maury when he used to have those episodes when no, not the paternity test ones, but when it'd be like boot camp. And these women come on with their guys, and they'll tell the Maury story like, "Hey, my boyfriend does this, and I can't do anything, and he doesn't let me talk, and he controls everything." And they're talking to Maury, and then the boyfriend comes out, and he's like, "Shut up, don't say nothing." And she's just quiet. And then towards the middle of the show, Maury brings all the men. He brings like this drill sergeant, and takes all the men around, and he takes them to, like these memorial. Like I guess they make it seem like the woman's hurt or they pass or they die. He'll show like a memorial or something. Like, hey, this could be your wife. You keep continuing the road you're on. And some of them, when they come back to the show, they're like, "Oh my God, I miss you. I'm sorry, I'll never do it again." But then Maury have an update with him. She's like, "Maury, he ain't changed. He's doing the same thing." And I was just like, wow.
That's all acted. Because if you're mind controlling you, so you're not going on international TV. He's not going to go on international TV with you and act a fool because he will whoop your ass when you get home.
And the funny thing about it, I never thought about that until you said something. So that's true. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And I never thought that makes perfect sense. I never thought about it like that.
He gonna come on TV and say, "Shut up." What? I'm back up. I go and do what I said. Shit. I mean, but a lot of times, we could talk on the fact of an issue, but it's until you're in that position, then you could know how really strong you are to deal with certain things.
Right.
Yeah. I am not taking no lash from no man. It's not my father. You didn't raise me. Yeah. Once my child father tried to do like that, I said, "Boy, you trying to hit me in my father's house? Not yours." I was ready to grab what y'all call it, a machete? Yeah. I was not playing that shit. Nope.
But yeah, I mean, and see me like as a guy, one, I would never put my hands on a woman. I never even considered it, and even and honestly, I don't even know anybody that really does. But there was instances where a guy would be like, "Hey, my girl got in line, so I had to, me and my girl got into a fist fight, or I had to," and I'm like, "You're happy, okay with having this conversation? Like, how are you even feeling good saying that? Like, I had to hit my girl. That doesn't even sound right at all."
Probably like that. Some women like that. Like you know who you're dealing with sometimes.
Right.
And you know, like some men will be like, yo, chill. And you'll be like, and you want me to hush now? And when I'm ready to talk, you don't want me to talk. And you're like, yo, chill, B. And you just no, and then back slap.
Right.
And you could have just, because you know what you're dealing with, because that's most likely not the first time it's going to happen.
Right.
And your man telling you to chill, hi. Calm down, and then you have a conversation. Because when you're trying to have a conversation and you heated and your body going through that heat wave, you're not gonna listen, and then he's gonna act stupid, and then it's gonna turn into a fight.
Right. Now that is true. So not any offense, but some women do like to push those buttons, and you know they kind of push them in as far as they can push them. You know, I do agree with that. But again, at the same time, as a man, like you just said, Kim, you know what you're dealing with. So you know if your woman's a talker or she's like, you know, like kind of like verbal and naggy and stuff like that, you know what you're dealing with. So okay, you know, I'm like, you're like, all right, I know she's gonna push my button, she's gonna push me to the limit. So just walk away, right? Now I had certain petty moments that I had a girl who she was I don't argue. First of all, because I'm stayed back, I'm chill, so I'm not gonna argue with you, because if I argue with you, then you're probably gonna yell, and if I'm trying to say something, you're gonna over yell me, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, this is pointless. So I don't say, like, we'll have a conversation. I'll say my point. You can keep arguing on yourself, and it is what it is. So there was one instance I had an argument with one of my exes, and I'm not gonna argue back with you. So she kept talking, so I didn't say nothing. She said, oh, you don't hate me? And I got to the point like, yo, why are you still talking? Like, you're saying I'm not engaging, and you still want to argue. So I put my headphones on, and she wouldn't listen. Oh, you ignore. I'm like, yo, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm not gonna argue back. I'm not saying anything, but you're still going. Like, why are we still having this conversation? So I'm not hear this. I mean, if I'm not saying anything and you're still going for like another 15, 20 minutes, I don't want to hear that anymore. Because I mean, you said your point at that time, so what are you still arguing about?
You could say or don't say, you're still going to get the wrath.
Yeah, but now at the same time, if I leave, then your thought process automatically, oh, you're going to cheat, or you're going to see another one because we just had an argument. So I don't want to even put that thought in your head. So I'm going to stay there, but I'm just going to
I don't know why men sometimes don't just say, yeah, I go in and cheat. All right, what you going to do about it? You staying or you leaving? Pick your mix. Nothing? All right, cool. I go in out the house, chill my brain, and come back. Like, if you say something like that, because that's sometimes some women look in here and they don't want to hear that, but it's like something you have to try to catch them off guard. You know? Like, you're talking all these things. Oh, you're going and look for a woman? Yeah. Yeah. That's how I get now. I go in and look for a woman.
Yeah, I'm not that bold, so I can't say that. Well,
I had taken off.
Yeah, I love my life. Yeah, so.
No, I'm just saying, like, what if, for instance, they jump up and just get vexed and say that? Like, she'll be like, what? But, you just gotta learn how to communicate.
Yes, communication is key.
What about women that actually hit men?
Oh, that's crazy.
See, and that's the other thing. So as a man, and again, it goes back to the point, you know what you're dealing with. So as a man, if you know your woman is a physical and she likes to put hands on you, restrain her.
I don't be with her.
Or that too. I mean, that's
right. If it was the other way, she'd have you in jail, she'll have you in court, she'd have you under the ground. Don't be with her. No. Put her ass under the ground. You put your hands on me, I got something for you. But then you call the cops and they'll be like, she hit you. Okay, what you want to ban? Like, just separate and go to bed. No respect. So at that point, you want to punch her in the face. Like,
right. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. My friend in the salon was telling me how, like, back in the days, her friend went from England to Jamaica to visit her boyfriend, and he hit her, like he beat her or whatever, and she called the cops. cops was like, "I'm gonna sort out all the business. Don't call back here." She said she don't know if to cry or to laugh because the police didn't come. She saw those.
Where is Jamaica?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got better things to do, I guess.
Because
it's normal. I didn't like
not getting involved.
That must be like
because women will call, make the police come, and when the police come, you take him! Are you wicked? That kind of way. So the policeman was just like, go sort out all the business. Don't go back here.
Wow.
That's tough.
All right. So, as we all know, we are, I guess, we're still in the pandemic right at this point. Hopefully, we'll be out of it soon. But what are some things we learned during the pandemic?
I have a lot of fake friends.
A lot of what?
Fake friends.
Oh.
Yeah. I had to cut a couple people off real quick.
But what made you think it was fake? What happened? What changed?
Like my son godmother, I was going through a little relationship issue, and she just stopped talking to me for like a few days, and I was hitting her up and she wasn't replying, and then she responded, I need to tell you this. I was like, okay. And she's like, your situation have my health. Some shit about she health. I was like, what are you talking about? What situation? How does my life?
So sometimes people don't ask if it's okay to vent because you don't know what she was going through.
I wasn't venting.
So your situation could have been a bit toxic to her mental health because it's like she wants to give you advice that she knows you may not take. So I kind of get what she's saying though.
No, because I'm the type of person, if you come and you tell me, Kim, so, I would listen. I would not be like, what you talking about? No. And I never used to vent to her like that. I have one friend that I vent to a lot and not her. Maybe once or twice I told her about the situation. And she was in a situation for 6 years and I stood by her side. And I wasn't like, oh, it's affecting my mental, whatever. I'm your friend and I'm going to stand my ground with you as a friend. Do you understand? If you need time for yourself, I just take time for myself and lock everybody off for a little while. And if she did that, I would understand. But the way how she did it, and she kind of disrespected me because it was like a whole long paragraph, and I'm just there like, what are you talking about? Why are you saying these things? And then I was like, and she's like, you're being selfish and inconsiderate, and I'm asking you, what did I do to make this the way it is? And you're just saying I'm being inconsiderate. I said, yeah, I care about you. I love you as a person, and I care about your health. Deuces.
Yeah, I get what Stephanie's saying too, and I get what you're saying. But sometimes I'm a hermit crab. I've always been that way. My circle's really little, and they have to like push me out. But I always have fun when I go out. But now I don't have to go out. It's like, oh, it's a pandemic. I can't go out, so I'm really excited. So I like being home. I watch TV. I'm not big on phones, so I had to do better in talking. Like I'm not a texter. Like we're not gonna have a whole conversation on text. So they'll text in a group and I'll say little like I'll like it or say little things, but that's just me. So I have to try to like get better at that because my friend was like, oh, you don't answer, and I was like, it's never been me. And now with the pandemic, it's definitely not me. So you just got to communicate with your friends, everybody. You just got to do much more communication through the pandemic. I feel like because a lot of people have lost like friendships and stuff. And you learn what kind of friendships you have too. Like some people you just sit up and you go to the club. Yeah. Some you just gotta figure it's not the same. I can't come knock on your door and we can't do wine and we can't do what we used to do. So we gotta figure out a new friendship through the phone or whatever. So it's been rough. But like like I said, I had to learn how to communicate better.
Yeah, but to me, we knew each other since I was like 8 or 9. We grow and change, but She was more than a friend to me. So regardless
She'll
of
come back.
we could have. I don't want no. I'm really done with that kind of friendship where you violate me and I accept you back in my life. It's dead now. It's really dead now. I'm not that type of person anymore to let you violate me and then come back in my life.
It was from 8 years old. Y'all was playing grass in the mud, running around there.
My son godmother.
Yeah, you need to be friends.
No, we don't need to do nothing besides she stay there with good health. That's all she needs to do because I'm a ride or die friend. I'm the type of friend that if you go to jail, I'll be out here saving money to get a good lawyer for you. That's the type of friend I am.
But it was just that one time. It's a pandemic. Everybody get a pass. No, you're not giving passes.
That's more than one pass she got. So that was your last pass.
We're gonna pray on that friendship. Everybody send up prayers.
No, pray for her health. Pray for her health.
No, we're not sending out prayer warriors. Okay, all right. We're gonna work on that.
She's like, nah.
You cut out the mud. We're gonna work on that. Because you do change, and pandemic has changed a lot of people. You start putting different stuff in different categories. You start like, this is what I need to do. I was playing. So she might have been on some new level. No, just give her time. It's a process.
No, let's just say that with your health. Health is important.
So make sure she's healthy and be her friend.
No. No, she said
maybe she was going through something.
Yeah.
As well, and
what's she going through?
She needs to communicate.
Yeah. Going through. Let me tell you.
You can't communicate.
I was this married man for 6+ years. And every time she'd come and complain to me, I'd be like, as long as you're happy, sis. Right? Then the wife knew about her. The man got married to a woman, got a woman pregnant. Through all this whole process, she with him. I still stood by her, still listened when she was complaining. Yeah. Then one big drama happened between the man and the wife.
Mm-hmm. And
I stayed with her every day, talking to her, trying to get her mind off of the situation. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I told you when my situation arrived, I only spoke to her twice about it. And that affects your health? Holy ass.
I get that. That's kind of
Mm-hmm.
That's trifling.
Right. So she can still let it, which she has.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for me,
he's selfish. I feel like.
I mean, I've learned a lot. I'm not going. I've learned.
What you say?
Yeah, I've learned. You baptize your kid. Get a new godmommy.
I just write her name off of the write it out. I don't know if that means it's legit.
We're gonna pray for you tonight.
Yeah, I'm telling everybody, send up prayers for that relationship right there. Clearly, she just got a lack of communication, and you just. What's your sign? When's your birthday?
Scorpio.
Oh, it's over. That friendship dead. Never mind. The prayer is strong, but the prayer not gonna work for this. Let it go. Take it as a loss. Some real prayer warriors for that friendship. This Scorpio is never gonna forgive. It's over. It's fine. Yeah. That's over. You're right. Now, other people, other signs may be able to forgive, and if you can forgive, communicate. It's COVID. It's a lot going on. People they sick of being in the house. But you know, some of us.
That it has so much yard she have in the house and outside. She could go outside.
Oh God.
She used to have a health issue with me. So she has over there.
She's never gonna forget that. She's stuck on it too. She said she had a health issue. The moment she read that, she had already defriended her and he godmother her. Them little 8 years playing in the pasture, none of that matters anymore. Milking cows.
Whatever. Don't mean nothing. Like, look, we now meet the second time. We could be best of friends. Time don't say shit no more. Because she asked. In a good way. In a very good way.
She did lose a loyal friend. But she definitely lost her.
The Scorpios are loyal.
Yeah, that's gone.
I mean, I lost friendships, certain relationships. I mean, I lost a lot too during this pandemic. I'm not gonna lie. But it also helped. It also helped build me and mold me and kind of like put me in perspective on a lot of things. Like it kind of pushed me to do things that I don't, put to the side or not really focus on or make a priority. And even with my job, like my hours are reduced, and every time you work or whatever, you get a new job, you're like, hey, listen, if I'm making this an hour, I check, I'm good, so I was making it, and so then you sit back, like, that's my money on, so losing hours. I'm like, all right, well, this is what I'm missing, but I'm good now. So now when I get my hours back, the money I was missing, I can put towards savings, things like that. And then, I was managing with the minimum. Imagine what I could do max. So I was like, all right, so I'm doing this with the minimum. And the money I was missing, put that in savings. So I don't even know it. So now my savings and things like that. So it definitely helped me, organize things like that. Now, without the pandemic, but I thought about that, probably not.
It did help with that. I said there's two kind of people in this world. People that do the pandemic, they learn how to budget and make more money, and there's others that still just never gonna make money. Because you want to go somewhere, you want to spend money. You had a lot of extra money. You got to talk about gas, you saving that.
Right.
Just little stuff, and you like, dang, you're not eating out, you're not hanging out with your friends. So
but Amazon,
it made you richer or better spending habits, or you just...
Now, Amazon, at the same token, they thrive during this
I love Amazon. I was mad at the beginning because Amazon, you could get your stuff like the next day. You were like, my stuff, they like 2 days. I'm like, 2 days? Oh my gosh, who has to wait 2 days to get their stuff? I was spoiled by Amazon. I was mad at Amazon at first. I was like, this is ridiculous. I got to wait 3 days and I'm prime. But now I'm over it.
Right. Yeah, is that...
You used to be mad? I did. I used to be like, I'm going to this and come tomorrow. Now they're like, no, you got to wait 3 days.
Or longer.
Yeah, I'd be a little upset with Amazon.
All right, so we have some comments. So T. Francis says, I learned that you control you and you make you happy. Also, I learned I can hold it down by myself. So she also says, the pandemic also pushed me to grind harder for my family. So T. Francis, the pandemic, basically, made her grind and, she can hold it down for herself. TJ Wilson says, back up some, Jessica, laugh out loud.
Who said that?
TJ Wilson. So, yes. I mean, Steph, would you watch the pandemic?
I learned a lot about some people, political wise.
Oh Lord, that was
so yeah.
That's why I don't know. That was hard.
So I tried to not speak about certain matters around certain people, but I need to know how you think.
You shouldn't even talk about it though.
How you think sometimes.
So not like honestly, a lot of people.
Right. But I feel like a lot when I was around certain people, I feel like they were gaslighting the shit out of me. So they were on the side talking and I'm listening and I'm like, let me just sip on my drink because, but then I had to say something because I feel like if I don't say something, I'm an accomplice to the shit that they're saying. So for me, it's like, I'm going to educate the shit out of you so that you at least try to understand a different side of how you're thinking. And that was, yeah.
Well,
we got the same water bottle.
I love it.
So we have another comment. So Raven Hardman said, I've learned the value of life. So she learned the value of life. So now, Steph, my question to you is, would you date someone who had different political views than you do?
What?
Would you date someone?
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you date someone who have a different political view as you?
No. She just said she argued with people that have it wouldn't work for her.
Well, I mean, she argued. I mean, most people I argument. But
no, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work because at the end of the day. So this is my thing. Yeah, I was born here. I'm American, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't make me. That doesn't give me the right to feel like I'm better than anyone. That I belong here. Like this is my land, type shit. And for someone to say, and for people of like with parents of immigrant descent and shit like that to come here, like, oh, people don't belong here and all this bullshit. Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit because. When at the end of the day, you can vote for whatever fucking party you want, right?
Right.
But it's how you think. So there's friends that I have, we don't speak politics. Why? Because we know, right? We know I voted this, I believe in this, and I voted this and I believe in this. And that's how we keep the friendship. We don't speak about the shit. Yeah. There's just some people that they are very vocal with how they feel about immigrants, about Black Lives Matter, and me, I'm gonna fucking educate the shit out of you because you sound dumb, right? But that just because you're of one complexion and another, that doesn't give you any more rights than anyone else. So for me, I won't be able to date someone that doesn't have the same political views as me, someone that feels abortion is wrong, all that other shit. No, if we can't see eye to eye on shit, because at the end of the day, you represent me. So if you go out there and you talking smack to someone about something political or Black Lives Matter or abortion or women, it's a dub.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I don't think so either. It's a no for me.
I mean, everybody can have their own views, but don't try to force it on my throat.
Right. Mm-mm. But also too, it's kind of like a lot of times you say you love me, but you vote against shit that would protect me or protect people that you so-called love. That's just that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Well, it's according to the country you're in there. So if you're in the Caribbean, it don't matter who the ass you vote for, you're gonna catch your ass same way. So in the Caribbean, you'd be like, all right, bet, whatever. But in America, it's completely different. When I had a flight from, it was PA to JFK, and this lady, she looked mad woman. I would say she looked crazy because her daughter ended up coming and saying my mom was crazy and crying and stuff like that. We were so delayed. We were like 6 hours delayed. They were bringing in a crew. I was already there going to work the flight back. And the gate agent was Spanish. But she spoke, like when you speak a different language, you don't say a complete sentence in a sense. So, she had a heavy accent. And the white lady was like, this one don't speak English. And the other one, she speak English good. I said, excuse me?
You talking about you?
No, this is the gate agent.
Oh.
I was next to her. I said, you don't speak to somebody like that. You don't disrespect somebody because of how they speak or because they, they have a little accent. Because I have an accent and I was told I need to pronunciate my words better. It is be hard for me to try to speak Americanized because the words are different in Trinidad. We pronounce words different in Trinidad. And for you to tell me to pronunciate my words better, it feels disrespected. And the lady will turn around and watch me and say, my husband is a police officer and I'll get you arrested. I was like, I wanted to say, bitch, you better try harder because I have more fucking rights than you. I was like, go ahead. You're not going to make this fight.
Mm-hmm.
You should not disrespect this woman because she's Spanish and you Caucasian. You understand? And I told the gate agent, I was like, I feel threatened. My life is at risk with this woman right now.
It's funny that you say that because, you know, when I went to college, I was a speech therapy major. I was Black Studies major also. But in speech therapy, it was just 3 of us that were Spanish. And just two dudes, but the one dude was Spanish. And the professor told him, you should see a therapist to get rid of your dialect, because how can you help somebody with their speech impediments and you don't speak proper English?
What is proper English though? Because when you go down south and hear how some of them rappers is be talking, you're like, what?
But it's because people don't acknowledge Ebonics as a language.
Right.
So it's right away you speak a certain way. That's not the correct way.
Yeah, what's the marriage Huntsville? You know, they have a very southern accent, and she's really educated. But when she talks fast, and then her accents get in there. So she started going to like a speech therapist too, because she was like, "I'm very educated, but when I go talk to other people, they're like, they think I'm dumb from the way she talks." But she's like, "I'm educated. It's just where she's from. It's all the way from you. Where you from? It's not right or wrong. You just." People don't.
And that's why they say you gotta set your kids up for success when you name them.
Oh,
because a lot of times, you know, your kid could be very educated, but that name on that resume,
and I know a lot of people.
My professor always said, you know, when I'm on that phone, I got my white voice, but when I show up, I shock the shit out of them. Why?
Exactly.
Because of my motherfucking skin.
That's like a normal name.
Exactly.
Too, like during the pandemic, I learned that a lot of women were holding shit down. Working full time.
Exactly.
Homeschooling these kids, trying to help them, because teachers didn't know how to transform to that virtual life. They had to learn that as well. But also too, a lot of parents at home weren't understanding of the whole, you know, the teacher doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Like, you know, the virtual life is not going well for my kid.
Right.
You're used to sending your kid off to school and you not bothering with them for how many hours they are at school.
Exactly.
Right. But also too, like I tell some of my friends, some of the school work that kids get now, I'm like, what the hell is that?
I know.
It's different. They do math different, circles. And I'm like, why are you doing that?
Yes.
The working problem is different, because I was teaching one of the Spanish girl kids in the salon his homework, and it was math, and I'm showing him how I learned it. And he's like, no, it's not like this. And it's like a whole 5 minutes just to work on something that you could do in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I told my kids the other way. I'm like,
what the hell?
Yeah.
If I had kids, I would have had a tutor for every fucking subject. and Google, I'm sorry. That's
Google.
I would have gone broke. But yeah.
Yeah, and YouTube helps too. So I guess that you could throw YouTube in the mix too.
Yeah.
And a bell.
You can learn anything on YouTube.
Oh.
2 plus 2.
Right. Just put it on the table. Just let it be there.
Yeah, so we'll get this right. We ain't gonna be here all day.
Oh.
I believe some trend is really tested, you know. It's really tested, Jesus. Oh my God. Oh God. I can tell you stories.
All right, so I'm gonna pick your brain real quick. So, if you could pick an actor or actress to play a biopic of you in a movie, who would you choose?
Gabrielle Union.
Gabrielle, okay. So why would you pick Gabby?
I don't know. I don't laugh at me, but a couple people walk up to me and I was like, "Oh my God, I thought you was Gabrielle Union." I was like, "Where?" I don't.
I kind of see it a little bit.
See, when you said it, I was like,
on the side.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was like, she'll be good for her. Yeah.
When she was in that movie, that cheerleading movie.
Oh, Bring It On.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see it.
I said Lucia, but I guess I will pick her because everybody does say her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steph? Jess?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I like Angela Bassett. She's the beast.
Yep.
She is fine too.
Yeah, she's a beast. I love her.
She ain't aging at all.
And for her age and that body. Mm-hmm. And I like her. Who you getting, Jermaine?
All right. So Brett Small says Google/YouTube University.
Switch on with it.
So I'm gonna shock y'all with this one.
Don't say Kodak Black enough.
Oh, not in this lifetime. All right. So
don't say it.
Don't say who.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I know.
All right. So growing up,
I
don't know why, but I've been compared to these two celebrities for I don't know why, some odd reason. So growing up, I was compared to one person. I was compared to Exhibit. I don't know why the hell.
Exhibit?
Yeah. So I was just like, Exhibit? No, I don't see it. But the other person I was compared to, and Steph's gonna laugh at this because she knew me when I was younger. A lot of people compare me to Omarion, and I never seen it, but I had braids, chinky eyes. I didn't get it, but that's what I would pick. Honestly, I would pick
back in the days, and you back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, I would honestly pick Omarion, and the reason being is because one, I was compared to him when I was younger. Two, I was a dancer, so he
That's what I said. A dancer.
Really? I didn't know that. See, I listen to every day. Yeah, I was a dancer for about.
That's why he was a man whore. Go ahead.
I never.
I'm kidding.
But so I danced, so and I choreographed, so and we had those things in common. And then what kind of really like put it over the top for me was I think when he was in Love and Hip Hop, his mother was kind of like my mother. Like she didn't like his girlfriend April. She didn't like April, and she was real vocal about it. And that was the same situation I had with my ex. So I was like, wow, like that's crazy that I'm compared to him looks wise, but then we have all these things in common, and that just put over the top. So that's why I would choose Omarion, not because his acting skills and anything like that. It's just basically because of how we basically the similarities we have the similarities that we have basically.
You're both mother's boys. Okay.
But outside of that, when I was young, I had braid. I was like a picture. No, don't worry about it. But yeah, so yeah, and I had braids then. I would think I was, top notch. But that's my whole pick.
Okay.
We're still waiting on Stephanie.
She ain't pick.
You.
I don't even know. Yeah. Maybe Salma Hayek.
Okay.
She's alright.
I don't know who that is. She a rapper?
So, have you ever seen the movie from Frida Kahlo? About Frida Kahlo?
Let me Google it right now.
Google. Yeah, that's good.
What about that movie, Boat Trip? You seen Boat Trip? With
all the names I know I'm feeling boring.
What? Because who? What's his name? Cuba Gooding Jr. When he was when they was on a boat and he had to act gay in order to stay on the boat. You never seen that movie?
You ever seen the movie Desperado?
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't watch movies during the pandemic.
Yes, I've seen Desperado.
Her.
Oh.
Who's Russian?
Okay, yeah, she's a cute one. Yeah, I like her.
It wasn't she in that movie with was it Kevin James? when he was a school teacher and he tried to get into like UFC or something like that?
I don't know that.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Really?
So she's in a lot of shit. She's in Wild Wild West.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
She's in Some Kind of Beautiful.
Dusk Till Dawn. Wait, is that it?
Tale of Tales.
Like
The
a boy.
Hummingbird. Drunk Parents.
Drug parents. That's what I need to Google that. That's all right.
Fools Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Messages. After the Sunset.
Bliss.
How to Be a Latin Lover. Jesus Christ, what you put here?
Oh, and she was in Grown Ups.
Yeah.
I forgot about Grown Ups. Here Comes the Boom. That's the movie I was talking about.
What was the name of the movie?
Which one?
Here Comes the Boom.
Oh.
Y'all never seen that?
I've
No.
seen that, but it's been a minute.
Yeah, I know. It came out in 2012. Sheesh.
I barely remember what I did yesterday. All right,
Yeah.
next question.
She was on the line. All right, cool. All right, so. All right, hold on. Brett Small said Desperado was good. Dawn was wild. Yeah, Dawn was definitely wild. All right. So here's a question that we probably asked when we was young and probably came up from time to time. If you won a lottery, would you quit your job or continue working?
I'll go part-time.
No, that's what I said I would do.
In a heartbeat.
How much money we talking though?
Yeah.
Like, let's say, this is kind of be realistic. Let's say $1 million.
I'm gonna still work, but I'm gonna drop down.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go to part-time, do my little 16 hours at the airport.
I'm gonna talk shit though. I'm gonna be like, look, calm down, okay? You know who I am? Like, calm down. I'm
I
late.
thought my boss kissed my fucking ass.
You don't
And
stop.
Mhm.
Nah, that lady real stressing me, dog.
Nah, I'm gonna still work though.
If I was at a different airline, I would say. But you see the managers that we have right now, good kick and rocks. But if I had different managers, I would still work. And I wouldn't let nobody know I win this money because he ain't gonna call me begging me for no money.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing a
Yeah, I'm not going on the news like with my check, like
no. But some things
no.
you have to go and show your face. I'm having on a mask. I'm gonna have blonde hair. Y'all gonna be like, who is that fool?
Well, wasn't there a guy that actually like claimed his check with a mask on so people didn't know who it was?
Yeah, that you have to go in person, but you don't have to show.
Yeah, no.
All right, so Brett Smalls agrees with you, Jess. I'm not gonna lie, like I would do the same thing. I've always said I would just continue to work, because I got $1 million, but I'm sitting in the house, I get bored. Like I'm like, all right, what am I gonna do? Yeah, you can buy your own, you can travel, you can still buy certain things, but it's still, you know what I'm saying, I still want that consistent flow of income.
Exactly.
Now, I'm gonna be part-time, like you. I do agree with you, and also my tolerance level is gonna be like real low. Like
this?
Yeah.
I don't need this.
Level.
I'm gonna be walking around. They be like, "You gonna work?" No, not right now. I'm good.
Right.
I'm gonna be a minute.
Like, I'm calling you in a meeting because a passenger complained. Like, fuck you and this passenger.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely $1 million. It's a good, but you still need to have that residual coming in. So I'm not gonna quit, but I'm definitely paying people to work my days. Like, take this 100 and shut up.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
All right. So Brett Small says $1 million isn't enough to quit. I'm still income. That's not a lot. All right. So let's up it. Let's say 20 million.
No, part-time. We flying standby, boo. Or with that crew member discount, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But you know what's so funny? Like I've always, when I was working, like I always thought like, all right, yo, if I meet the celebrity, I kind of want to, you know, I would offer her to form my benefits, and we can probably stand by whatever. Like that's what I always thought about that. It never worked, you know, but you know, I always thought about that. Like, you know, you can save your money, even though you can pay for flights. You can save your money. I'll put you in my benefits. We fly over the world, and I'm getting the benefit of. Like, they're like, look who Ashanti's dating, or Ashanti always coming here with Jay. You know, kind of like that was like one of my dreams when I was younger. But yeah, as I got older, yeah, that reality set in. Like, yeah, no, they're still gonna pay for their flights.
I'd still rather pay $40 to go room than pay full price of $1 million.
Which is true.
$40 round trip. Shit, not because I'm rich, I'm gonna spend money stupid. I'm still looking for coupons.
People like, you got money to buy flights. Yeah, but I don't want to. Why? I don't want to do that.
And you can get first class on standby. Hey,
I can pay $2,000 or I can just play free. So
right,
I'm okay with the free.
I even found on Emirates for the $25,000. They could keep that.
Yeah.
Because and it's funny because so there was a famous rapper whose fiance worked for an airline. She was a flight attendant, and when I think I was working one day, and she's like, "Hey, you know, my boyfriend's coming. Can you check him in?" So I was like, "All right." So I checked him in. She said, "Oh yeah." And she told me, "Hey, by the way, my boyfriend's Cameron." I'm like, "Cameron? Why? Standby? Like, what the hell?" But
now you get it.
That's the one from Dipset.
Yeah. His fiance at the time, I don't know if they're still together, but yeah, his fiance worked for an airline.
I don't think they are together anymore.
Okay. Yeah, so she was a flight attendant, and he used to fly on her benefits often to either do shows or just.
No, I don't blame
him. Nothing wrong with that, but that's kind of risky though, you know, because you know how standby go.
But then you buy a ticket. You got money to buy a ticket, but I'm gonna go ahead and try this first.
Right.
And then I might buy a ticket. But
so you do the regular priority code. That don't work. You super pass it or whatever. If that don't work, you know you got a positive space working like somewhere, and then if not, you just
pay. Ticket. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I want to for the weekend, so I gotta speed down to the maximum because of the fact that I gotta pay for the ticket I didn't expect to pay for.
A guy I know worked for the airline, and he was young, and he's like, I'm about to go get my real job. Like, okay. He's like, I was like, you gonna buy tickets and stuff? He's like, yeah. He left the airport, right? He hit me up like, can I get no, you gonna work your real job. Don't ask me for shit. No. Remember you said you can pay for tickets? Pay for them tickets. I had to block him like, no. Fuck you. No. Can you give me this? No. Watch your words when you leave, fool. I'm like, you should have just dropped down. Like it's good. You flying everywhere. Like you young, you doing it, and now you got paid. That makes a difference. So
right.
Careful what you know. I was just like, no, I'm good. I'm good, love. Enjoy your new job where you get the Starbucks delivered to you, okay?
And then you
I'm taking flights.
Riding on other people's benefits.
Yeah, no, you're not. I can't help you. You said what you said.
Right. So Brett Small says, and go early.
Yeah.
Go days early.
If you really got to be there.
Right.
Go early. I mean, but you learn the system.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go super early because I don't want to wake up too early. But I'm definitely doing like mid, like.
No, and that's your problem. And I see people exactly. Those are the rules. You're not following the rules.
First flight out, first flight in.
First flight out, bam. Or the last flight, because by that time everybody's paid to go earlier. But that you got to know the rules. I be laughing at people coming like 12:30, like I'm about to get on this flight. No, you're not. You're gonna sit here all day. Yeah, but you did it 5. You want to get there? You are gonna get your butt up and you are gonna go early.
You guys Atlanta gate agents or something?
Huh?
Are you guys Atlanta gate agents or something?
I'm in Richmond.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Atlanta gate agents are the worst.
They are the worst.
I used to be at the airport, but not no more.
Atlanta gate agent. I just feel to fight them when I was on that side.
Yeah, they're mean.
Just asking a simple question.
New York is worse though. No, New York is horrible.
No, not as bad as Atlanta. Atlanta would not let no crew member board early, period.
No.
New York?
No.
If you know the gate agent, like, I bet. But I've never had no issues with no JFK gate agent. Let me correct myself. Maybe LaGuardia.
I've been there and I'd be like, I'm gonna just sit down. I wouldn't even ask a question. I was like, the little lady came up. She was like, "Did I get clear?" And the lady was like, she looked at the monitor and she was just like, "Your name probably been on the list like 5 times by now." I was like, "I'm gonna go sit down because I don't have no beef with this girl right now." It was like, old lady. I was like, y'all doing it like this in New York?
Oh,
never have. Atlanta, they are so nice. I feel like they're nice.
Nah,
I said y'all from, you go to New York. Maybe that's y'all, you're used to it. But I was like,
I'll give you an example of what happened to me in Atlanta one time, and I will never forget it. So obviously a lot of everybody has been to Atlanta. So Atlanta's airport is huge.
Yeah.
So I remember one day, like I came here to Atlanta, and I had to go back to New York to go to work. I had to work that day. So everything was full. And when I tell you every single thing was full, like it was no way I was getting back to work. So I'm trying to find ways and connections. At that point, I'm like, I'm not gonna make it on time, but I need to at least make it to work at least to show my face. So I think I was in Concourse A. She booked me for a flight. No, I missed. I ended up not making it because it was full. So she sent me. So she rebooked my ticket, and she was like, "Hey, you can go through Cincinnati, and from Cincinnati you go through LaGuardia, but you got to go to Concourse, I think D." Mm-hmm. So now, I had maybe like 15, 20 minutes to get from A. It might have been 10 minutes to get from A to D. So I'm running. I'm tired. I get to D. I get to the door. She closed the door, so she was coming back up, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I said, "Did I miss this?" She was like, "Yeah." I said, "Oh man." I was like, "I'm so tired." So I came back from A. You booked me over here. I tried to run again. She's like, "Listen, before you even finish, I don't really care. I had a long day. I don't want to hear this." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was. Yeah, and she had no idea I worked for her. She know I work, for the airline. So so at that point, I'm a regular customer. For you to tell me like you don't want to hear it because you had a long day, like I was like, damn, all right.
First to begin with, once you fly in, they're supposed to treat you like a regular customer. Period.
But some people they just they're like,
and those are people who don't get right up.
Right.
Yeah.
And people like me who are very innocent and kind of always get right up. I got written up because this Oompa Loompa decided to say I fat shamed her.
You fat shamed her?
No, all I told her is like an extender is not allowed in the exit row, which is on the code.
True.
And I got a violation for that.
Wow.
I'd have gave it to her and be like, whatever. Oh, it's not fitting? You want to move somewhere else? Okay.
Moment I lost my walk.
I don't know about y'all, but I think Fort Lauderdale crew members are.
That's a different bunch. Like they're laid back to me. They just don't. I'd be like, dang, y'all just this how y'all do? Okay.
I according to the person.
How about I don't remember if I ever flew out of Fort. I mean, I may have flew out one time, maybe, but I don't remember. It was so long ago. I don't even remember.
You've never gone to Miami Carnival?
No, it's hard to get there on standby, so I never.
It's cool.
You're crazy.
So yeah, I mean, I might try it when the world opens back up, but yeah. All right. So I think it's safe to say everyone in this room is over 21, right?
Yes.
I just turned 21.
Yeah.
All right. So since you just turned 21, this might help you. All right. So Eminem is allegedly. There's a report saying that he's being canceled, and I'll bring up the article so we can look at it.
Why? Why everybody canceling somebody? Pepe Le Pew just got canceled.
Nobody.
Oh God, everybody's getting canceled.
Oh, Pete did.
They need to cancel itself.
So I'll read that real quick. All right, so on Friday, rapper Eminem appeared to respond to a TikTok campaign seeking to cancel him by releasing a lyric video called Home Death. So efforts to cancel the rapper, whose real name is Marshall Mathers, appeared to date back to February TikTok, where someone who appeared to have banned from the app played a snippet of Eminem's 2010 song "Love the Way You Lie" featuring Rihanna. From this album, Recovery, the song lyric includes, "If she tries to effing leave, I'ma tie her to a bed and set the house on fire."
Yeah.
So, and it's basically a lot of other, things he said back in, when he first started. So I guess a lot of I guess they call them Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the people now, like the people around Steph's age, the 21, 8. But they're trying to cancel him.
Like he said in the past in his music.
Right, yeah. So a lot of his lyrics from before, like when he first came out, and the "Love the Way You Lie," it was more to lyrics, but I guess since that small little snippet came out, they're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he said that." Now,
Go ahead.
So I was having a conversation. So Eminem. So we all grew up on Eminem. We know what kind of things he So he's had song. Now, if they would have brought up a song that he's had, let's just say, for instance, this song he has called no pun intended, but he's had a song called Kim, where he's talking about his baby mother.
Mm-hmm.
That song by itself is just insane. Like, if you're going to try to cancel him, that would have been the song to cancel him by. But
you did him dirty though.
Well, yeah, which is true. But the things he said he would do to her in that song, he's like he's gonna put her in the trunk.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, he had a real hatred towards his baby mother, and then even with him talking, and then he had a big thing against boys bands. He did it in Sync, 98 Degrees, Backstreet. Backstreet Boys, not Blackstreet. So yeah, so he's had some racy lyrics. Don't get me wrong, but for him to reach this legendary status at this point, now you want to go back and pick things he said and try to. This is insane.
My question is, who is these idiots who sit behind a computer to cancel somebody, or to go back into their tweet 10 years back and say, "Oh, this person said this."
Yeah, we're always going backwards. Let's focus on what's going on now, because these kids say these rappers now. I'd be like, "What did he just say?"
They focusing on the wrong shit.
Yes. Put your energy in something towards somewhere else.
Something that's gonna actually make a difference.
Yeah, and by them doing that, they're making people want to go and buy his stuff before they cancel him. So they just put more money in his pocket, because that's how it works. People are like, I'm gonna have to go buy it now or get it or download it, because they ain't gonna be able to get it anymore. So,
but who be doing this canceling? Oh my God, this.
I didn't even know it was a thing. I was like, Eminem being canceled, like
that can't even.
What could never cancel Eminem? They ain't cancel Kanye West. They could never cancel Eminem.
Exactly.
God.
I
swallowing a dog.
Like, I agree with Jess. If you're gonna cancel, just cancel some of these trash rappers that's out now. That's about anything.
Look what I was going through Instagram today, and I saw some nonsense about Kodak Black talking about he was the first one to be advertising money, like taking pictures with sacks of money. And the man talking, and I cannot understand nothing he's saying. Why is this important? Who start what trend?
Yes, Lord.
You know how long people taking their rent money and flashing it like it's something like you like, take it down, like, oh my God.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw Kodak Black in person, and I had no idea who he was. So I was at the airport, and I was ticket agent. So I'm checking in, and maybe like 2 computers down from me, this girl, she's like, oh my god. So I'm like, who is she? So she goes to him. Now at this point, I don't know who he is. So she goes to him and says, hey, can I get a picture? He was like, nah. And he told her no. She goes back. And so now she's hurt. Like I really miss him. He didn't really give me a picture. So I'm like, yo, who? So when she walked away, he's still standing there. So I'm like, who is this ugly kid that, you know what I'm saying? Like his extra burnt, you know, the hair was all crazy. I'm like, who is this ugly kid that she's going crazy over? So the girl next to you, she's like, oh, that's Kodak Black. I'm like, who the hell is that? So, you know, so I'm Googling, like, who that? So I Googled Kodak Black and I found out the songs he did. I'm like, oh, that's who sings this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then I'm like, wait, so that's Kodak Black? I said, oh, okay. Interesting.
Very, yeah. You'd be amazed.
Look at this. I can't remember the airport. And I do not know who this dude is. But I thought he was probably a rapper or something because everybody was looking at him.
Oh, he's just a fool. It's okay.
I said, but he was going to Atlanta. I was like, what the ass this man wearing bubbles in his hair, tattoo on his face, piercing here, piercing there, nail polish. But this is what these females like these days.
All right, so Brett Small says, I heard a little about that Kodak Black thing. I was lost with the beef too. Laugh out loud. Yeah. So now the thing, I think the thing that kind of messed up Kodak Black for me, honestly, was the comment he made about Laura. Yeah, Laura.
He was too.
That's the first thing people be looking forward to see who is the next dude that whoever lose their partner, who they're gonna fuck with. He was just talking for what a lot of people was thinking.
Right, and that's the problem. Certain things you keep to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, or you have it. I mean, I think now in his defense, I know the conversation he was having amongst his friends.
Yeah.
Somebody, you know, one of his friends actually recorded him, which was bad. But at the same time, it's like, you know, you should know your friends, and you know, trust me, a lot of people was like, oh, so she's single. Oh, okay, so when she's ready to date, you gotta be ready. But it's certain things you just don't say.
No, but if I'm having a private conversation with my peeps, you know, I'm in the comfort of my chairs.
Yeah, like he can record. That wasn't really his people. That was why he got mad. He was like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna put this tape up.
Find out who done that and beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, that's not right.
Or just cut them out the circle.
Yeah, because she cutting off everybody. It's cutting for her anyway.
See you.
You know it's a wrap for her anyway. So.
Yeah, now it's a wrap. No second chances.
Anyway, send a prayer.
Pray for her health.
The little godmother on the prayer list, cause
not no more. She got wiped out.
She over there.
After go and baptize him again, christen him again.
Yeah, you gotta start all over.
All right, so he going to get christened again with no godparents.
Dang.
I ain't got time.
So it's cut off time for real.
Yeah, I ain't got time for all that. You ain't got no godparents, Kaden. Simple. Anything happen to me, you're going to your grandmother, your grandfather, and my sister. Simple.
Wow.
we not yeah. I don't think they should cancel Eminem. That's like R. Kelly also.
I mean, he a great singer. He just weird sexually. He got problems there.
So
it just makes you think about his lyrics differently now. That's all. Now trust me, but if I'm DJing a party, I'm still throwing some. Well, it depends on the song, but in the crowd also.
So if I go to a party and I hear they playing R. Kelly, I'm supposed to be like, the fuck? Why he play? No.
Yeah, because I'm
time. I still rock into that.
Yeah, I don't think you can delete a great. So I'm don't listen to it. Don't listen to it.
Right. So I'm not even gonna lie. Like if we're sitting here playing, like let's say I have company over and we're chilling, we're hanging out, and I put on R. Kelly, and as soon as it's just quiet, and all you hear is my mind's telling me nope. I'm telling you, everybody's in there singing it.
But his body
There you go.
14 years old.
No questions asked. So
all right. So Brett Small says listening to R. Kelly. So yeah, I mean at the same time, you know, I mean even though these guys do certain things, you know, their lyrics. Well, R. Kelly's different from Eminem. Eminem didn't do anything. They're just bringing up this old. Which
they was gonna cut baby mama up. And he said that song you talking about. He went in on her.
He went in on his own mother. So it's not even gonna be surprising what he said about his girl.
I feel like, dang, yeah.
The both of them did him wrong, and people had to understand men have feelings too, and he was just expressing himself through music.
Yeah, I feel like
even though it was like Jeff said, even though it was real graphic, but he gave a vivid explanation of what he was gonna do and what his thoughts were. So
even in the song, he was like, "Bleed, bitch, bleed," and he had somebody like,
what's that techno music that's kind of rough like that? That music that's real loud. Yeah, they just sound like they're crying and everybody dying. Like, some of that stuff should be banned too. That stuff not healthy. You sit around in a room, let somebody put you in a room, listen to that for an hour. You come out there like, what the hell is wrong with me? You be ready to just smack somebody. Like that stuff should be banned too. We banning music. Let's just go there. Let's start there. Let's right. We all gonna sit in a room with different music.
So why they don't ban? What is Elvis? Wasn't his wife?
They want to ban him too, right?
Wasn't his wife like 14 or some shit like that? Or his girl?
Oh wow.
He was young, so they want to take come on, man.
If it's not good for one, it's not good for all.
I feel like back in the days, they didn't ask you age. They was marrying young, doing all kind of stuff.
They was dipping in all kind of oceans.
Slaves didn't know when they was born. They was just like,
once they look right,
you tall, we tall. Let's get married. Like, just.
And some girls do look older than their age.
Exactly.
Especially them old foot right now. That's supposed to be young and looking older than us.
Let the past be the past. Yes, some of them do look older than us.
Like, damn, you 19 and looking 30? And looking 20 something? Like, what are you eating?
Yes. Cover that up. Put some girdles on.
All right. So we are at the hour and 30-minute mark. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this great show. Definitely a great bounce back from last week. And see, fellas, I did it. I held us down.
No, it's Women's Day. So
it's Women's Day.
Yes.
It is Women's Day. International, isn't today International Women's Day, something like that?
Every day is International Women's Day.
But today is a little sprinkle.
It's a sprinkle.
Oh, the little dashes. Okay.
Yeah, every woman. Yes.
All right. So this month we will definitely be honoring and cherishing our women of the Chop House. So I'll be better prepared next week. But yeah, I had a video last week that I had issues with, and it was but yeah, I'm working on it. Definitely working on it. But yeah, so we definitely thank you guys for another edition of the Chop House. Please, thank you for everybody that was commenting. Please subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, anything you have, we are on there. And yeah, just, show love. We will be back with you next Monday at 7:30. So in the meantime, in between time, it's your boy, J Mac Main.
That's Stephanie.
Kimberly.
I'm Jessica.
All right, and we will see you guys later.
Bye-bye.